Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The banking sector deposits in the Sultanate exceeds 21.6 billion Omani riyals, with an increase of 5.6%. The Ministry of Manpower stops dealing with 200 establishments in the private sector for non-commitment to national manpower employment. And the Sultanate participates in the 54th Munich Security Conference in Germany. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Adama Barrow, President of Gambia, on his country's independence anniversary. The deposits at the banking sector in the Sultanate increased by 5.6% as to reach 21.6 billion Omani riyals. The Central Bank of Oman said that 46% of the guaranteed credits went to industrial sector, while non-financial companies sector acquired 45%. The bank also pointed out to the rise of investments of conventional commercial banks in securities, were 19% as to reach around 3 billion Omani riyals. The CBO also said that these results show the improvement in commercial activity in the country after 2 years of setback as a result of oil price decline. It also pointed out the increase in the gross domestic product GDP by more than 10%. The number of the active establishments covered by the social insurance system rose to more than 16,700 as the tendency to open self-owned enterprise among the youth also increased. This was pointed out by the latest statistics at the end of last January, issued by the Public Authority for Social Insurance. This was reflected in the increase in the number of active insured working in the private sector inside the Sultanate. The number reached around 223,000 workers, with new registered cases amounted to 6,350 cases. The Ministry of Manpower stopped dealing with 200 establishments in the private sector due to their non-commitment to national manpower employment. The minister said that the suspended establishments have expatriate manpower of more than 50 workers without any citizens and were categorized at first, excellent and international grades. These establishments were from various governorates of the Sultanate. More than 16,500 workers are working in these establishments. The supervision includes not providing them with any services such as the issue of new labor permits and the issue and renewal of labor cards. In case of non-compliance to Omanization percentage of not less than 10%, the ministry will take necessary legal procedures against them. The Sultanate was elected for the position of Vice President of the Inter-Governance Committee for UNESCO Biological Ethics. Ahmed bin Samit Al-Bidwi, Secretary of the National Committees for Biological Ethics at Sultan Qaboos University, represents the Sultanate at this position. The National Committee for Biological Ethics was established in the Sultanate by the UNESCO's recommendation and the Council of Ministers' decision in 2009. The committee works on listing national legislations, setting criteria in the field of biological ethics, and enhancing thinking in legal and ethics issues raised by the rapid scientific progress and modern discoveries in the field of scientific of life and its applications. A team from the College of Engineering, the Sultan Qaboos University, won the title the Sultanate's Hero in the university's robotic championship, which was held in the university within the activities of the 8th Technical Festival. 6 teams from the Saltas universities took part in the competition. It was supervised by representatives from the American VAX Robotics Organization, and the championship tournament were transmitted live to the organization via internet. Sultan Qaboos University team was qualified after winning to represent the Sultanate in the World Championship, which will be held in Kentucky, USA next April, in which 85 teams from around the world will participate. The Sultan participates in the 54th round of Munich Security Conference in the city of Munich, Germany. The Sultan's delegation is led by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. On the sidelines of the conference, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah met with His Excellency Erlan Aljaladiev, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kyrgyz Republic, and Her Excellency Ene Akisen Soraida, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Norway. During the meetings, bilateral relations and ways to enhance and develop them in all levels were reviewed. Germany's Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel today said European countries should project their combined power internationally without relying only on military strength in a speech at the Security Conference in Munich. Gabriel also said the EU wanted to cooperate with the United States on an equal footing rather than following its lead, and that the Western world should collectively find a new generating strategy as an alternative to the one being developed by China. He also implored to the West not to give up on dialogue between the governments of Russia and Ukraine, saying a UN peacekeeping mission and a ceasefire in the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine could lead to the withdrawal of heavy weaponry and the easing of sanctions on Russia. British Prime Minister Theresa May urged her country's European Union partners today not to let rigid institutional restrictions get in the way of a wide-ranging post-Brexit security alliance, warning that there would be damaging real-world consequences if none can be agreed. In a speech to the Munich Security Conference, May sought to reassure foreign and security policy leaders on Britain's future commitment to European security. The British government has already called for the wide-ranging security treaty with the EU to ensure that intelligence sharing and law enforcement cooperation continue after Brexit scheduled for March 2019. Such a deal would allow Britain to remain a member of the EU police body Europol and keep use of the European arrest warrant, which allows for the quick extradition of suspects. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani met his Indian counterpart Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi today as part of his 3-day state visit to India. Rouhani will hold talks with Modi in which the two leaders are expected to discuss ways to enhance bilateral ties. India's bilateral trade with Iran in 2016 and 17 was around $12.89 billion, with India importing mainly crude oil and exporting commodities. Rouhani's visit comes as U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to scuttle an international deal reached with Iran in 2015 over its nuclear program that ended economic sanctions imposed on the country. This poses a challenge for India, which is helping Iran develop the Chabahar port for trade with Afghanistan. In 2016, India, Afghanistan and Iran decided to establish a trade route for landlocked Afghanistan and Central Asian countries. India shipped its first consignment of wheat to Afghanistan by sea through the Chabahar port last October. The prolonged 7.2 magnitude quake that rocked Mexico left nearly 1 million homes and businesses without power in the capital and in the south. But the only reported deaths came when a military helicopter crashed after surveying the aftermath. At least 50 homes suffered damage in the southern state of Oaxaca, which, along with Mexico City, is still reeling from earthquakes that caused widespread damage in September. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the epicenter was about 145 kilometers from Pacific Coast, Safa Resort, Puerto Rico, Escondido, in the southern state of Oaxaca, and had depth of 24.6 kilometers. Officials say at least 2 people died when a helicopter carrying Mexico's interior minister and the governor of Oaxaca crashed while trying to land after a tour of damage from the earthquake. Still to come, your news bulletin. The Festival for Horses Traditional Sports was held in the Wilaya of Ibra in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Hilal bin Ali As-Sabti, Executive Director of Oman Medical Specialty Board OSLA, with the collaboration of International Association of Atherosclerosis and Sultan Qaboos University Hospital, has organized the 4th course on lipid metabolism and cardiovascular for MENA region, with the participation from GCC, UK, Brazil, Australia, Italy, France, along with the Sultanate of Oman. With more details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Arway.
With the aim of building up network of lipid clinic in the Middle East to better early diagnosis and management of the cardiovascular diseases and improve on research outcomes in this field, physicians from Oman, Gulf region, the Middle East and North Africa have gathered in this 4th course on lipid metabolism and cardiovascular diseases, which is organized by the Society of Lipid and Atherosclerosis, to undergo complex revision on lipid cases and discuss the management of patients with familial hypercholesterolemia, very significant topics that will allow the participants to be well prepared and deal with the conditions and approaches of preventions and treatment that will be discussed comprehensively throughout the course.
So this is another classic example how our physicians, the young physicians, who have been very well qualified locally and internationally, have taken the burden of disseminating the knowledge into the region. This is a course that has been brought up from abroad. It's conducted in Oman by Omanis in collaboration with international faculty. This is beyond doubts express the real values of the Omanis in disseminating knowledge, in networking, in establishing good relationships in research, clinical experience.
Oman Society of Lipid and Atherosclerosis started in 2012, and it is under the umbrella of Oman Medical Association, and the main objective is really to spread the knowledge of treating dyslipidemia in Oman and the region. And it's also affiliated by the International Atherosclerosis Society, and we are doing these courses and bringing clinicians from all over the Middle East and North Africa to train them on the best management of dyslipidemia.
It's worth mentioning that more than 100 physicians have graduated from this kind of courses organized earlier, many of whom have made good development in their country's health institutions. One of the clinicians from Iraq who underwent this course here in Oman in the year 2015 was able to establish 10 clinics in Iraq in spite of existing setbacks there. He is proud of the achievements made, and he has this to say.
It was a great honor to me to be here again after I was here in our beloved city before 3 years as a student, but because of the great deal of knowledge I get from the course, I translated into a real work on the ground by establishment of a great network of lipid clinic in Iraq, which contains 10 clinics from the south to the north of Iraq, with the great support of the Oman Society for Lipid and Atherosclerosis and the International Society.
It's my pleasure to be here in Oman to attend the lipid metabolism and cardiovascular risk course. I hope it affects our practice and understanding of lipid metabolism, and it will affect our practice.
The International Atherosclerosis Society has many members around the world. One of our most recent is Oman, and Oman approached us to establish an educational program for interested young physicians in the MENA region. This began 4 years ago with a 3-day course in lipids and atherosclerosis. It is a unique program around the world.
It's worth mentioning that this course supports the national policy and multi-sectorial plan on prevention and control of non-communicable diseases in the Sultanate. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
A wide participation from various governorates in the Sultanate were witnessed by the Festival of the Horses Traditional Sports, which was held in Zad al-Rakib, a field for equestrian in the Wilaya of Ibra in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. The festival included various horses displays, and some traditional arts were performed, such as Hambal and Tahrib. The horse riders performed different physical skills while riding in addition to Al-Ardaran. The festival was presided over by His Highness Sayyid Mohammed bin Thuwaini Al Said. The NBO Oman Open, one of the first European Tour 2018, is in third day of the golf tournament at the Wave Al Moj Golf in Muscat. Our reporter Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai was there and brought us this report.
The prestigious world-class golf tournament in the Sultanate ended its third day today at Al Moj Golf. The NBO Oman Open is one of the first tournaments of the 2018 European Tour to be held in the spectacular course on shores of the Gulf of Oman.
It's absolutely fantastic exposure for Oman as a whole, as a country. I think this is one of the best opportunities today that OSN television is all over the world and showing Oman as one of the golf destinations for the first time, and the tourism industry as a whole. Oman is such a beautiful country in all sorts of ways. We have something that called Oman is beautiful, and beautiful has an address, which is Oman.
The tournament started with 138 players for the first 2 days, and the cutoff was set a par that allowed number of players to continue the tournament for these remaining 2 days.
Actually, I'm playing golf, and also I'm playing with the national team, leading the ladies section, and I do like actually golf, so that's why I would prefer to come and watch this game, and it's really a great event to bring to Oman.
It's very inspiring to see all those people playing here. It makes us wonder if we can play in that league someday, and makes us want to learn more how to play golf.
Here we can see some of the international golf players demonstrating their skills, and again, our only Omani golfer player Azzan al-Rumhi is also seen here beside his caddy, who happens to be his father. This is the great opportunity for the amateurs such as Azzan al-Rumhi from Oman and Nasser Yaqoubi from Bahrain to gain professional experience. NBO Oman Open is the biggest professional sports in the country's history that will enable to showcase the beauty of the Sultanate of Oman.
My name is Adam Mason and I love golf, and one day I wish I will be like the good golf players and represent Oman.
The event is an excellent opportunity for Oman as a destination for golf and tourism. We've been living in Oman for the past 20 years. We believe that Oman is a magnificent touristic destination, and we've been waiting for this kind of tournaments to come to Oman to drag more and more people to come and enjoy the weather and the landscaping and the country itself, and the people, of course.
Yeah, amazing people, amazing country.
Yeah.
Lovely greenery. It's a great place to have a golf competition. My dad actually is a golfer. He loves golf. It's been in the family for a long time. My granddad golfed, his father golfed. It's been in the family for a long time.
Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Now for the weather forecast. Around the Sultanate, clear skies prevail with the chances of low clouds and fog late at night over the governorates of South Sharqiya and Wusta and Dhofar. Winds will be northerly to northeasterly light to moderate. And seas will be moderate to rough with maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Banking sector deposits in the Sultanate exceeds 21.6 billion Omani riyals with an increase of 5.6%. The Minister of Manpower stops dealing with 200 establishments in the private sector for non-commitment to national manpower employment. And the Sultan participates in the 54th Munich Security Conference in Germany. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Good night.